Many brainwashed Christians associate Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, with divinity because he performed miracles. He was able to heal individuals with leprosy, cure the blind, and resurrect the dead. If Christians still insist that Jesus Christ is God because he was able to raise the dead, well, they should know that raising the dead was an act performed by other prophets of God. Prophet Elijah, peace be upon him, raised the dead. 1 Kings 17:20-24. And he cried to the Lord, O Lord my God, have you brought calamity even upon the widow with whom I sojourn, by killing her son? Then he stretched himself upon the child 3 times and cried to the Lord, O Lord my God, let this child's life come into him again. And the Lord listened to the voice of Elijah, and the life of the child came into him again, and he revived. And Elijah took the child and brought him down from the upper chamber into the house and delivered him to his mother. And Elijah said, See, your son lives. And the woman said to Elijah, Now I know that you are a man of God, and that the word of the Lord in your mouth is truth. Prophet Elisha, peace be upon him, raised the dead. 2 Kings 4:32-37. When Elisha came into the house, he saw the child lying dead on his bed. So he went in and shut the door behind the two of them and prayed to the Lord. Then he went up and lay on the child, putting his mouth on his mouth, his eyes on his eyes, and his hands on his hands. And as he stretched himself upon him, the flesh of the child became warm. Then he got up again and walked once back and forth in the house, and went up and stretched himself upon him. The child sneezed 7 times, and the child opened his eyes. Then he summoned Gehazi and said, Call this Shunammite. So he called her, and when she came to him, he said, Pick up your son. She came and fell at his feet, bowing to the ground. Then she picked up her son and went out. Prophet Elisha's bones revived a dead man. 2 Kings 13:21. Once while some Israelites were burying a man, suddenly they saw a band of raiders, so they threw the man's body into Elisha's tomb. When the body touched Elisha's bones, the man came to life and stood up on his feet. All the miracles performed by Jesus Christ and these prophets of God were performed only by the permission and will of God the Almighty in the heavens. The fact that Jesus Christ could not perform miracles on his own is proof that he cannot be God, as God is all-powerful, almighty, and can do anything. John 5:30, I can of mine own self do nothing. Luke 11:20, I with the finger of God cast out devils. Here are more miracles performed by the prophets of God. Prophet Elisha, peace be upon him, healed Naaman of leprosy. 2 Kings 5:8-14. When Elisha the man of God heard that the king of Israel had torn his robes, he sent him this message, Why have you torn your robes? Have the man come to me, and he will know that there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman went with his horses and chariots and stopped at the door of Elisha's house. Elisha sent a messenger to say to him, Go, wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored and you will be cleansed. But Naaman went away angry and said, I thought that he would surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, wave his hand over the spot and cure me of my leprosy. Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Couldn't I wash in them and be cleansed? So he turned and went off in a rage. Naaman's servants went to him and said, My father, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? How much more, then, when he tells you, Wash and be cleansed? So he went down and dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times, as the man of God had told him, and his flesh was restored and became clean like that of a young boy. Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, parted the Red Sea. Exodus 14:21-22. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all that night the Lord drove the sea back with a strong east wind and turned it into dry land. The waters were divided, and the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground, with a wall of water on their right and on their left. Prophet Elijah, peace be upon him, parted the Jordan River. 2 Kings 8:8. Elijah took his cloak, rolled it up and struck the water with it. The water divided to the right and to the left, and the two of them crossed over on dry ground. Prophet Elisha, peace be upon him, parted the Jordan River. 2 Kings 2:24. He struck the water with Elijah's cloak and cried out, Where is the Lord, the God of Elijah? Then the river divided, and Elisha went across. Why don't Christians use the same thought process and perceive other prophets of God who performed similar or greater miracles to be divine? What is the reason for their inconsistency?